It's our podcast. And today we are filming To Me, the Baby Boomer, wonderful millennial women, and Lisa Collins, who represents Gen X. We've got Shanine Speaks, who's a blogger. We've got Troy Barnes. We've got Lisa Collins. We've got Tamara Stewart. We've got LaToya Charleston, Chocolate Divinity, and Mina Say What from the Power 99 Rise and Grind Morning Show. We're going to hit two subjects here. The question is, would you confront the other woman? Or have you had a woman confront you to try to say, well, I'm also seeing them? See, it happened to me years ago when I was younger. It happened to me years ago, and I cracked the girl's face because I'm petty. I said, he's so broke, you can have him. She sent me an email. I was like, really? This is what we doing? Shanine, would you ever confront?
Would I ever? Have I? Yes. My older self, no. And I don't do that because that's his situation. Now, it depends on what happens. Are you seeing him when you know we're together, or do I know you? Are you hitting me up just out of spite? Then no, to me, it's no longer about that man. It's about your disregard for me and your disrespect to me. And I deal with that. I've went to people's homes and told them to come outside before. And, I've had those issues. Have I learned my lessons? Absolutely, because, you don't want to do that. But it depends on the situation. Why are you contacting me? And what is the tone of your contact? Because I'm definitely going to get right back with you.
Mina, would you ever?
I have, and I will always. I feel like men lie a lot of the times, and we like to blame other women, but it's not the other woman most of the time. It's the man that's lying to both women. So I need to get with my other lady and figure out what happened. When did he meet you? How did he meet you? When did he do this? I didn't know what was going on. Let me see the text messages. Let me see the receipts. Let me see the pictures. When were y'all together? Let me compare it to my calendar. I want everything.
Oh my God.
I want to know it all.
Absolutely.
So when he try to slither his way out, because all of y'all do, I have the receipts. I want to know the truth. And that's where I come from. A lot of the times people want to fight other women. That's stupid. You're stupid because you're defending him, and you're covering up what he's doing, and he's going to be like, oh, she always going to ride for me so I could go and do whatever the hell I want. And that's how you get your ass cheated on. Not me. I want to be in a relationship where the person is being honest with me. And if I feel like you're not being honest with me, I'm going to go to the other person and figure out who is telling a lie and who is telling the truth. And from that point on, if I feel like she has enough, because some people do be lying, that's why I need to do my investigative work. I am Nancy Drew. And if I feel like she's not lying, then you got to be out of my life, because I just can't accept that.
Okay, Compton, we're going to swing it to you, LaToya Charleston.
She can be crazy all the time. Compton's in the building. So don't come for me unless I send for you. I've had a few occasions where, one, I was ready to fight the girl, saw her in a club. Oh, you going to stand in my way at the bathroom? Shoulder check the ish out of her. And she just looked at me. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. The other instance, the woman called me again.
Woman?
No, this is a different woman, different boyfriend too. They all nasty. See, I expect them to be dirty, cheating dogs, so which is why I don't get my feelings in, but so deep. But the second situation, the woman called me, and this was an ex-boyfriend of mine. Comes to find out, she was the woman that he cheated on me with, ladies. Got her pregnant. So I was like, oh, you're the one that he got pregnant? Oh, he was trying to get me pregnant, and I knew not to fall for that. He's a dirty liar. I was like, dang, girl, I'm sorry this happened to you, but I was like, trust, there is nothing. You will never in life have to worry about me and him. We cool.
Oh, gosh. This is Patty and the Millennials. It's our podcast, and today we're filming live. Men actually go through this, too. I talked to guys. I know one guy showed me all the scrapes where he had to jump out of a window because he was messing with a married woman, and he had to jump out of the window to get out of the situation. A twofold question here. What makes a man corny? I'm coming to you, Lisa. I was watching The Bachelorette. I thought the guys were corny.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm watching The Bachelorette too, and I don't understand why.
Okay, well, we're going to go into it. What makes a man corny, Lise?
Insincerity is corny. You come with something that's not really you. I don't want none of that. Give me the real. I really, really don't want any of that fake and phony. And so many men feel like they got to have a line. They got to have this, that. I'm not feeling it. That's all corny. You better be real or else it's not happening.
Okay, you're watching The Bachelorette. I think that the guys are corny.
I like some of them. I kind of want to be on that show. I'm like, I would date him. I just think I agree with that. I just think fake people, I can't. And then people that just always mad or angry, I just can't. That's such a turn. That's corny to me. Like, you here in on this earth, in the world, if you always angry, you come home, we trying to have a nice dinner, you just upset at the world. I just can't deal with that. That's corny to me from a man, from anybody, period. And then the insincerity too. Like, don't be fake. Be who you are. Don't act like you're something that you're not. I don't like that.
Tam, what makes a man corny?
See, I don't watch the show, so I can't base any of my examples off of that. However, I do think it's corny when men try to date women the same every single time. Like, all right, we're gonna go to the same restaurant that you took all your exes to. We're gonna go to we're gonna go to the movies, and we're gonna go to this dinner right after the movies. Like, try to switch it up. Try to be creative. I hate that it's corny that men think it's okay that all women are gonna like the same things. No, switch it up.
Troy, your experiences.
Damn.
What makes
Go on Open Table and find a new restaurant.
Because I love to hear your opinions.
Okay. Well, one, what Miss Lisa said about them not being authentic, I hate that because I'm as authentic as they get. I'll let you know the real. And when you're not authentic to me, you're corny. You gotta go. You gotta go. Sure. And a lot of people think that corny means, you're soft and you're not thuggish. I don't want no thug. I'm gonna tell you right now, my heart is not prepared for no thug. Okay, I cannot go through that. That's just So a thug can be corny to me, but I just want somebody who's sincere, who's authentically themselves, and who isn't trying to put on an act. When you see somebody trying to put on an act, that's the worst thing ever. It's repulsing to see them act that way. So being authentic, that makes you not
Janine, what makes a guy corny?
Immaturity. I can't stand an immature man and a man who is immature and don't know they're immature when you are
immature.
Oh my goodness, I cannot stand it. It just drives me crazy. I love a man who can take a situation, a hard situation, and digest it and deal with it with you and actually have some good reasoning behind it, know how to rationalize. And I love a man with good swag. I'm sorry. You gotta have some good swag. I love it.
Yeah. See, I'm not going to say that it's thuggish, but it's like when you add some hot sauce to the meal.
Love it.
You just want a little bit. Because I already know that R. Kelly would never date me. And I'll tell you why. I will tell you. Forget the fact that I'm a baby boomer. We the same darn age.
Hello.
But I know that I just got... I'm doing this too much. You can't tell me when to go to the bathroom, when to eat, when to do this. And I said, and someone made a joke. R. Kelly would never date you, Patty, because you always got something to say.
R. Kelly wouldn't date none of us. He likes teenagers. He likes teenagers.
Toya, what do you think about men who only want to date young girls? I'm not talking about teenagers, just younger women. No, that they would.
See, this is hard for me because I've always dated older. I haven't dated a man my age since I was 16, and he wasn't even a man. We were both kids. I don't know. See, I don't got a problem with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with
Look
it.
at Tam. Am I opening up a can of worms here?
I don't even know if I'm on the right mic. So I've dated older men too, but my issue that I've had dating older men is they do like to tell you what to do. And I can't rock with that. And I have my own sense of independence. I just have my own sense of creativity. And you can't sit there and be like, all right, well, we're going to go here. And then after this, you're going to go do this. And after this, when we're in bed, you got to do it like this. Excuse me?
Yeah.
What's older men you finding? I've been waiting on you at the door.
Exactly.
What now? Pay these bills.
I was introduced to my first, older guy situation, 10 years older than me, and I didn't like it.
No?
Because I was you can't be clocking me. I do not like being clocked right now. Don't tell me, oh, you didn't call me back this time, and, I was waiting for you to call me back here. And we just started. You cannot
Yeah, no, he
tell me when I did things, when I'm doing things, and being clocked. I'm not.
I don't know.
I mean, if a
I
man
don't
is
know.
dating someone that's too much younger than him, he probably is looking for a daughter. He got some damn psychological issues.
Not necessarily.
Like-
Some men want to be in control, and they feel like a woman who's younger is easier to
Yeah.
control.
Yeah.
Although I will say it's true. Face it, men, we mature faster than you do.
Yeah.
So we do need to jump ahead a little bit just to get somebody that's on that level. It just depends. Men can be controlling. R. Kelly has a problem. So let's just not sugarcoat it. He has a problem.
Right.
But I don't know. Older men, it can be a good thing.
Yeah.
I have a disclaimer. Pop-ups don't like me. They don't.
Pop-ups.
They like
Pop-ups,
me.
They don't. I'm telling you.
Why
They
not?
did not try to talk to me. They ain't tried to buy me nothing. What?
So do the young boys like you?
Yes.
You think it's okay?
But
She gets-
Pop-Pops
she gets the young boys.
Don't like me. Years ago, I went on a date, and the guy said, I think he said, how many kids do you have? No, he was like, do you have kids? And I said, he's 2.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, you have 2 kids? I said, no, he's 2 years old. I was late out the game here.
Right.
But they don't. No, I want that person who wants to pay that cable bill.
Yes.
No, I
Love
do.
it.
Where is he? Where is he?
Girl.
You don't want the guy
gotta
that's
find
gonna
him
pay
on
the bills,
Tinder.
'cause then he really thinks he can tell you what to do.
I don't know, you guys. I had a different experience. I don't know. Maybe it was just a little too soon because it didn't last too long. But we didn't cut it off because of those reasons. I had a pop. I guess she was a college professor, and I enjoyed it. It was the most intellectual experience that I've had dating a guy, and I loved every bit of it. He was a Black Pride professor and all of that, so I loved it. It was just a different experience for me. The problem I do have for men, because I've heard men our age and younger actually say they actually want to wait until they get older so they can have a younger woman. So as if we're something disposable. I immediately have a problem with that. Needless to say, that turned into an open argument in the workplace because I didn't appreciate that. But that's the problem I have with the mentality that's going around with these men thinking that they can just have something to toy. You get to live your life, mess over the amount of women that you want to mess over with until you get to a certain age, and then you want to go and get somebody younger as if we're something disposable. That's crazy to me. That's insecurity, and I just can't stand it.
I also think it depends on the age. I feel like if you're dating someone that's like teenager or maybe like 20, young 20, I feel like I look at you a little bit sideways more. But if you're like, if the woman's over 30 or something like that, I don't see an issue in the discrepancy, whether it's 10 years or 20 years. I don't, because I know a lot of women that date younger men because the
sense.
older men some of them got a lot of kids, a lot of baby moms. Maybe you don't want to deal with that. Maybe you want to deal with a younger guy that don't have all that. I think that it's acceptable both ways as long as it's not too young, because when it is too young, I start thinking there's an issue or there's a psychological problem there where you're either looking for a daughter or a son, or I don't know, it gets a little nasty. It gets R. Kelly-ish.
Makes sense.
Ladies, thank you for a great conversation. This is Patty and the Millennials. We talk life. We talk about everything. This particular week, we just threw the men's in. But you can find us here at wdas-fm.com. Mina Say What, LaToya Charleston, Tamara Stewart, Lisa Collins, Troy Barnes, Shanine Speaks, and I'm Patty Jackson. I don't attract the pop-up.
You want a young boy? Get him, Patty. Get that young boy.
That's Patty's housewife tag. Love it.
She gonna be like, he my bodyguard, my chauffeur, my masseuse.
Find us here at wdas-fm.com. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.